Okay. So I'm here with Rajat Jain. He is the Chief Technology, Logistics, and Stores Officer. Did I get that right?
Yes.
Okay, for the Children's Place, which we've all at some point in our lives, frequent those stores for our kids.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm curious to get your take as an importer and a retailer, how you're seeing 2025 and what you see is going on.
Well, I feel like a lot of changes coming in with all the tariff. Everyone is following those news articles. So, after attending TPM at night, I go and check that to see like what's new. So, a lot of surprises. We also import like a lot of other retailers. So, we keep a close eye, are all the way up to the board, very interested to see and hear like what are the risks we think, how can it affect us. But it's so difficult to predict with everything going on. It's like, you wake up at morning to something new. That's what keeps us up at night. It's a little crazy.
So before this happened, were you expecting 2025 to be a relatively smooth year, or were you always expecting a lot of ups and downs?
We did. So we always heard some talk about the tariff, like, throughout the upcoming elections. So outside of tariff, I think from a capacity standpoint, stability of transit time standpoint, we thought it should be a smoother year for us.
And now maybe not so much.
Yeah, now not so much, who knows?
Do you have any big predictions for what's going to come later this year?
Not really, and we don't even know how to reactively act towards a lot of these, because you may choose a different country to get your products from, or route them differently. But as we were hearing like some of the talks in the expo here, they were saying like it could be possible that even India, where there is no cross tariffs happening right now, but they tax a lot of US imports. So if they do that, and all of a sudden US decides to put more tariffs on them as a retaliation, then that could be an issue. So I mean, we are trying to figure out how to navigate through the waters, but a lot of that is still to be written in actual rules and regulations for us to have a plan.
So are you thinking that maybe sourcing from other countries is a possibility, but then depends on what happens with those tariffs?
Correct. And we already have a pretty wide footprint. Like we source from like 20 plus different countries. So we have our vendors everywhere. But every year we look at, where it makes sense to grow, where it makes sense to pull out of. A lot of our product is seasonal product. So depending on the capabilities of, what can be brought in from different countries, sometimes we have more than one option. So that's where, keeping up to date with tariffs, we have to keep it all very fluid and be ready to adapt.
You wear so many different hats. So when you're wearing your store's hat, so now you're thinking the end result of that importation. So is that going to affect both where you have stores and maybe stores will have different kinds of inventory? How will that work all the way down to the consumer level?
Yeah, so from a store standpoint, we do multiple seasonal floor sets a year. We have basic assortment. A lot is about transit times and getting the inventory right at time. So especially with the change in alliances here, the shift which is happening, we had a lot of conversations with with the carriers in terms of what are the direct possibilities, how can we avoid some of the tranship which happens. So we are exploring more and more options which can cut our transit time. And make it faster delivery, because we want to design as close and issue POs as close to the in season. Yep. And granted, a lot of this product is coming from different countries, Far East. It takes a lot of time. So the later we can plan and issue the POs, the better we can plan for the business. And then getting the inventory to the stores at the right time, especially the seasonal inventory, is super critical for our business.
That makes sense. Well, thanks for stopping by and chatting for a minute.
Thank you.